Well, my Galaxy S23 Ultra showed up today, so I guess it's time for a camera test. Let's get to it. For this video, I'm gonna let the photos and videos really just speak for themselves, but let's do a quick rundown of the specifications. We have a new 200 megapixel main sensor on the back of the phone, and then 3 other cameras as well. A 12 megapixel ultra wide, and then 2 10 megapixel sensors for the 3x and 10x periscope camera. And then for the selfie camera up front, we have a 12 megapixel sensor that's been upgraded this year to capture 4K video at up to 60 frames per second, matching what we can get out of the rear cameras. But that main sensor on the back can also capture 8K video at 30 FPS, which is an upgrade from 24 frames per second from last year.
And this here's a look at video captured with the selfie camera on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. And I have to say, this is probably one of the best Android devices to capture selfie video that's on the market. Not only because the camera is so good, but it actually has autofocus, which a lot of other cameras don't have, but it also captures 4K video at up to 60 frames per second, which when you compare it to pretty much any other device that's on the market right now, there's really not a whole lot that can do it besides the iPhone series and Google's Pixel devices. So it's nice to have great video from selfie cameras. But of course, for the best video possible, you will want to flip around the camera and record with that main sensor on the back of the phone. Definitely can't be beat as far as the dynamic range that it offers and the overall clarity as well. Definitely a lot better than a selfie camera up front. On the Android front, there are quite a few devices that can capture pretty decent video these days, but the Galaxy S23 Ultra is one of the few that has a 10x optical zoom. Here we've zoomed into 1x, this is 3x, which gets in pretty close, but then going all the way to 10x, you're going to see some of the detail in this lamp here. Then move up to the detail on the roof of this building. It's absolutely phenomenal, and if you do want to get in closer, you do have up to 20x digital crop on top of the 10x zoom. Now, one of the things that Samsung's really been highlighting with the Galaxy S23 Ultra's new camera system is the new optical image stabilization capabilities. That's been increased from 1.5 degrees to 3 degrees of motion, which when you walk around or you're simply holding your device in your hand should make a huge difference. But we're really not going to see how that looks like until we actually compare this with last year's Galaxy S22 Ultra and put those side by side. And this here's a look at what video capture looks like from the selfie camera on the front of the Galaxy S23 Ultra. As mentioned already, you actually get 4K video at up to 60 frames per second here, though I am recording at 30 FPS right now. This is definitely better in low light situations, not having to double up that frame rate. But honestly, compared to a lot of other devices, capturing video from the selfie camera on the Galaxy S23 Ultra is much better. The only real competition that this phone has, honestly, is the iPhone 14 Pro, which, you know, if you're not an iPhone user, this is definitely the best option you got. And now switching over to that main camera on the back of the phone, and I have to say, if you are comfortable holding the phone out and just staring at the back of your phone, this is always going to be the best option for you, especially in low light conditions. While that selfie camera is really good, it's nothing in comparison to what this camera has to offer. One of the coolest features about the Ultra definitely has to be the S Pen integration, but it also applies to the camera as well, because if you click the button on the side of the pen, you can actually control the shutter on the camera. So you can start recording a video like I did for this one right here, or you can use it as a remote shutter for taking a photo if you set the phone up on a tripod or manage just to prop it up somewhere. Definitely a hidden feature that a lot of people definitely don't remember, and one of the reasons why I love the Ultra series. And that's going to do it for this initial camera test with the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Let me know what you think of the results in the comments below, and whether or not you think this device is good enough for your day-to-day photos and videos. I do have quite a few camera comparisons coming up, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.